I didn't think he was really gonna do that. They caught me off guard. All right. Well, we're on Bird Sports Talk today. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show. We got we got our faces out for you. We have the lovely Ellie, our producer here, Ed, Uncle Jemima, aka Josiah Brown,
Oh shit.
and and my amazing co-host Ethan. Y'all laugh. I thought y'all were gonna be on mute.
Are you going to take that?
So what happened was I thought y'all were on mute and I wouldn't hear you laughing. So now that caused me to laugh.
Oh,
But
whoa.
anyway, we're glad to be blessed with a great guest feature of Uncle Aunt Jemima's husband. And I didn't get to say my co-host Ethan. You know, we're here to bring y'all some wonderful topics. I would never get hired on SNL, but I mean, y'all know what to do. Follow us everywhere. Make sure you following the Bro Sports Talk Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Follow it on Spotify. Everywhere else you can find it. If you ain't found it somewhere, you're not working hard enough. So, I mean, let's just get into it, man. How's everybody doing? I know Josiah just got back from getting his wagon wheels replaced, but anyone else?
I'm good, man. Just chilling.
It's been a great day.
Let's hear from you, Josiah. I ain't gonna keep bagging on you. You look good. You look fresh. It's just fun. It's fun to do that, especially when you dress like an 1870s basketball coach.
All right, man. You see, that's the problem nowadays. I think back in the old days, we had a little class. You know what I'm saying? Well, back in the old days, I'm still young and new out here.
I was
You
going to
know what
say
I'm saying?
are you confessing to being an old dude?
Nah,
You
nah, nah.
you're
I ain't
you're
even
really
old
three
like
old
that.
little people in a trench coat.
Don't you
Nah.
see the zipper on his forehead? No, just kidding.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
I get it. Get it. I
no,
get it.
no, go ahead. You produce. You look like you're about to give a speech at a Republican convention, but let's go.
I guess I'm good. Yeah, all right. Other than Thanksgiving,
I'm saying
He was doing fine
yeah.
until you started ragging on him.
I'm about to
that's
say.
on me. That's on me.
What's
I'm like for those the most sports talk people that don't realize it. I'm a professional hater. I do this. I'm real good at this. And if Josiah were to create a rap, like have a rap career, I gotta be there to motivate him as a hater, whether it's rap or acting. See, the truth is, like he my brother for real. Like we love each other, but you can't be a yes man. Sometimes you got to be an adversary to make them better. Now, let's hear from great producer Ed. How things been for you?
Um, I mean, things is cool, man. Life is good. You know what I mean? It's a parade inside my city. Uh,
Word.
Everything's kosher like a pickle, man. I got my favorite beverage, non-sponsored, so we're not gonna mention where it's from. We're good.
Facts.
We live.
Speaking of sponsored, man, I'm waiting on a Crumble to sponsor Ed right now. He been putting in work on his Crumble Guy
Gang,
podcast on the side, and
gang.
we need y'all to reach out to him or to me and let me make it happen. Let me get a cut on some Shark Tank shit.
Whoa,
But
whoa, whoa.
uh, no,
Hold your
no,
horses. Hold on
no.
now.
But yeah, get with Ed. Get with our boy Gordon Robinson and give him that sponsorship.
You know what I'm
All right,
saying? We had
and oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say we had a couple lovely guests who are on the pod with us right now. So first of all, I appreciate y'all for coming on and doing
Absolutely.
something with me that I'm a little bit passionate about, as well as, working with Bro Sports Talk. I love working with you all, and you all encouraging me to do other things like Crumble Pod is it's been really inspirational for me. So I appreciate you guys for sure. I still ain't get Uncle Jemima on, but we got to figure something out. I'm trying to get you on, man. You be playing games. I say let's get on. You be quiet. I'm like,
You
come
know what I'm
on, man.
saying? He be
Talk to me.
shady. You know, Auntie got the syrup covered. You can You can slide over
He
to
could take
Crumble
a
Guy.
night off, bro. He could take a night off.
Speaking of sponsored events, by the way, and our homeboy Uncle Jemima, I'm trying to get sponsorship from a big event we got going on right now.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I'm
got something
saying?
special going on.
It'll be featuring our homeboy over at Nomad Sports, but he issued a call out to our dapper Save Your Tears dressed gentleman over here and called him out to a boxing match. And I'm trying to see if we can get this sponsored. But I know you've been training. You've been practicing on targets with enhanced lip size for some odd reason. I feel like it might be going a little bit hard. But tell us about the training process. How's that been for you?
The training process.
Yeah, what's your Rocky Balboa arc been looking like?
This is not a training process. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a calling. I've been laid with a fine purpose in my path that I must accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And that purpose just so happens to be to see him laying across the mat, sleep. So it would be blasphemous for me not to try and fulfill it. I can't let the Lord down in this journey. You know what I'm saying? I've been training, sure. Working out, sure.
Yeah.
The only thing I've been doing is hoping that he's praying. Because if he's not praying, it's over for him. I'm telling you right now. I'm going as hard as I can. I told him when he called me out, you should have not this. Because he didn't unleash the fire inside of me that I've been holding in for so long. I've been waiting for something like this.
All my life. Been grinding all my life.
I can.
Yeah. Only thing that disappoints me about that answer to my question is that he isn't here to put up a response.
Oh man.
Speaking of a response, this is gonna be another shameless plug. We will plan to have him on when he can coordinate with, Bro Sports Talk, and we're going to mediate a press conference between himself and Josiah. We would set him up with another one as well with our other co-host, Ethan, but I don't think he cared though. Let's talk about your matchup with him, Ethan. What are your thoughts going into it?
All y'all gotta know, man, is right hooks, man. That's all y'all gotta know, man. I ain't even training for real. I'm just that confident. He told me, he said, hold on, man, you uncoordinated. I just gotta go out there and do my thing, man. That's all.
Yeah. So, Nomad Sports is out here trying to put out a, KSI fight story where he takes on two opponents in one night, but I don't know if he chose the right two opponents. I got faith that all three of them homeboys don't get it wrong, but hey, we'll see. You got Josiah, on his knees praying for an opportunity to put him to sleep, and then you have Ethan, who, fun fact, had two dumbbells before he started working out for this fight, and then threw one away just to work on the right arm for the overhand right. So, yeah, now, all right, we got the chopping it up thing going on. So, I mean, let's talk about chopping it up in the NBA. We got some, or just sports in general. We got some funny things, but Ja coming back, that sparked some Ja Wick memes. Some NFL draft rumors and stuff coming up, and there's a lot going on with it. What do we got? Anything y'all want to start on?
It's whatever for real. Let me see. I think we start with the NBA and Ja for real. JB.
It's a parade in his city, man. Real deal.
I'm a vouch for my brother John Morant out there in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? We in the same state, so we pretty much related. What's it called? It's really my brother for real. I'm glad he's back. You know what I'm saying? He on my fantasy team. He called me exclusively and told me to pick him up at the beginning of the season because he said he was gonna go crazy, and he ain't really lying. He was doing
He
crazy
did do
numbers,
that.
and
He
I
went
didn't.
crazy.
Yeah, and then he really went crazy. He started shooting folk, fighting folk. Like
Allegedly.
wow.
Allegedly.
Yeah. My brother John Morant, you know what I'm saying? He out there living life out there in Memphis. Glad he's back because, the NBA needs a talent like John Morant, you know what I'm saying? A little gangster edge on the court, not in real life, you know what I'm saying? So he can, he came back, what's it, last night, immediately caught a poster. So, he's been waiting. He prepared. Like, why'd they get him out of there? I don't know. He didn't do anything wrong. I didn't see him do it, so he must not have done it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Happy
There's a lot of man. You better hope that this ain't the episode that goes absolutely stupid viral because you're gonna have so many comments about things you didn't see where people obviously did wrong. And honestly, for that reason, I hope it does go viral. So another chance to shameless plug. Y'all should follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as this John Morant thing going on, you know, Demetrius, the future Hall of Famer, hopefully, has returned. I think he might still be dealing with some lingering parts of the Ja personality. I do think that might still be there, but I would stand strong on my theory that Demetrius and Ja are two different people in the same body. And I hope, as of now, Demetrius is in control from what I can see. We just gotta hope it stays that way. He came back, he caught a body, he had a decent game. He helped you out in fantasy from what you said earlier. I ain't really get to check the stats, but uh, you can only hope that just he's learned from his mistakes. He's rehabbed correctly, and all we can do is pray for him. I hope he continues down this right path because as of the way it was going, he was doing it backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people use the NBA to escape the hood, and he was trying to do it backwards. He want to use the NBA to make it to the hood. That's not how you're supposed to do it.
It's a crazy thing because he's such an amazing talent, top 10 point guard in the league today. He came back against who did he come back against? Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 17 points on 6 for 13 shooting, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. So that's a light night for Ja. Ja's an amazing playmaker as well as a great driver to the basket. He's an explosive player. Really makes a name for himself in the league. He has a pretty great, amazing off-court fits too. His daughter's adorable. He's just got a new shoe, and unfortunately, he lost his Powerade plug, but and the Nike contract, I think, too. But it's a great rehab story for him if they go far in the playoffs this year with the Grizzlies. So if he does well in the playoffs, I think all that stuff is kind of going to be erased.
Yeah. Let's just let's hope he doesn't run into Sean Kemp. All right, let's just hope he doesn't.
That was it.
It'd be one less sin if they ran into each other, man. But yeah, like y'all said, he's doing better. Utah Watanabe, bro, get off a team, bro. You're getting posted every other week.
Nah. We're not gonna do Utah that way.
That's my boy.
Yeah, because that's my dog. All right. Now, granted, he needs to stop jumping, but you gotta appreciate the heart. All right. He gonna because they don't show none of his blocks. They only show the ones where he get dunked on.
Because that's all he's doing. Man. He's getting dunked on.
No, because if Mitch is dunking on Gobert, I mean, we can't really blame Utah for that. Because Utah gets his blocks too, but they just don't show them. You know what I'm saying? I think it's unfair. I think they doing my dog wrong like that. But bring him to the Celtics. We'll get him right.
He needs to stay right where he at. Take it to
Yeah, but
next
say
year. You know what?
y'all get him right on the first
Do the
round. Let's
same,
do it.
something.
Nah, Yuta Watanabe would be our finals MVP. All right.
Absolutely not.
Look,
He can go over there and start messing stuff up on purpose.
Nah, see, y'all just hating on the greatest NBA franchise of all time.
Speaking of
Crazy because the
MVP,
Lakers still exist.
speaking of MVP, y'all heard about Cam Newton?
Oh yeah.
I actually refused to read it because I wanted y'all to enlighten me on that.
I got you.
Hold on.
You already know. Oh, you want to do it?
Big statement.
You want to do it? Okay.
Take it, Ed.
So, if y'all know Killer Cam, like we know Killer Cam, 2016, 2017, big year for the Panthers. Cam Newton is essentially the Russell Westbrook of the NFL, in my opinion. Russell Westbrook had a really good season, same year Cam did. They have the same energy. The only difference is Cam kind of fizzled while Russ is still very relevant right now.
Yeah. And Cam
I'm just
can
saying
probably shoot better.
energy wise. Cam is like
Hey.
they had the same energy. So Cam pretty much was on TikTok. Cam threw at Auburn's pro day to kind of get himself reacclimated with the scouts and the pros in the NFL, saying, "Hey, I can still do this." Last we saw Cam, was he back on the Panthers?
Yeah.
Because he had that terrible
so.
year in New England, and then he went back to Carolina, I thought. And then after that, I haven't seen him since. He said there's excuse me, he said there's these randoms all getting jobs. There ain't 32 MFers better than me. Technically, they're 35. To be fair.
Hey, as long as he ain't talking about Brock Purdy and Mike White, bro, he's right.
He could be talking about those people, but the thing is, you got to have that confidence.
I can almost guarantee he was not. Go ahead, JB. I know you're not. I just had to say that.
I think Cam Newton is great. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I called him the other day. I said, "Yo, bro, you going to the pro day?" Because I was about to ask him to go get some food. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yo, you trying to go get some food?" He's like, "Nah, I gotta go to this pro day." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I didn't realize he was talking about that pro day. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just chilling. You know, I am athletes. You know, some type of other type of pro day type thing. You know what I'm saying? And then then I see it, and he's like, "Ain't 32 people better than me out there?" And I agree. You know why? Because he still got the legs to do it. He clearly got the arm, as we saw. What's it called? And you know, I think he's even gotten better in his arm wear. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the drip, he got the fashion, he got the superstar look. All we need out there is just a little 6'5", 220, 250. You know what I'm saying?
That is such a gap.
On the field. Okay, I ain't talked to him about his weight. I just know he around that range. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Once he stepped on the field, like he said when he was on the Patriots, he had to get kicked up out of there because when they let the other dudes start, of course that's a huge distraction. You starting over Cam Newton. Why? If I'm starting over Cam Newton, I'm turning around like, where he at? He practicing right now? I gotta go practice too, because that's Cam Newton. That's MVP. Superman. Like, goodness gracious. That boy was tearing up the league. He come back into it. I think he's gonna do the exact same thing. I've been said since last year. I was like, yeah, he's still just as good as he was, if not better. He just ain't getting a chance. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get hurt on the Patriots and get traded back, but it's okay.
Do we think that Geno Smith is what sparked this comment? Because Geno Smith was like seen as like a lost cause until he got this new starting QB job and went crazy. So does Cam see that and think, man, I could have done that? You know what I mean?
No. He sees the likes of Baker Mayfield getting second, third chances. He sees Kirk Cousins throwing the ball still. You see what it is. I mean, Zach Wilson, that's another one you can pass up. Sam Darnold, another one. Jimmy G, another one. You just keep naming them. Brock Purdy. Mac Jones. You just keep
Not Brock Purdy, bro. You can't put Brock Purdy on that list,
the
man.
whole 49ers QB room. He can pass on. So anyway, no,
Yeah,
I think
exactly. In fact, send him to Santa Clara right now. We need that over there.
y'all don't need him, man. Y'all don't need him. Here's why, bro. Because he's
We
old.
need him.
He's old, bro. He's washed. He's yesterday's news, man.
Ooh.
Yesterday's news. I love Cam, but he is yesterday's news, man.
Let's
Mm.
talk for a second though, because if he's trying to make a comeback, where would Cam Newton fit in the NFL? Because I've always been a fan of him. I've always liked him. I think coming back and having a statement like this, somewhat out of nowhere with not a lot of action recently to back it up, like Ed said, it's like a big thing to do. I don't think that was his intention, was to create the buzz, try to jumpstart something. Don't necessarily think it's a good or bad move, but he's going to have to back it up with some action. But yeah, I want to put it
Yeah.
out there. Where would he land? Where
I'd,
Cam on a team now?
I'd like to see Cam on the Giants mentoring. And I know people gonna say, "Oh, you're a Giants fan. Of course you would." Listen, Daniel Jones needs somebody with like an elevated sense of his repertoire to teach him how to make it effective at this level. And I think Cam would be a good mentor for Daniel Jones going forward. So I'd love to see him, slide over to New York and help Daniel Jones develop before he says his official goodbye from the league.
Nah, see, New York, no. They're gonna pay Daniel Jones a whole half a franchise. So he just out there, man. Cam Newton probably right now. I mean, probably have to be Las Vegas. You have to go play with the Raiders. Because they got Jimmy G. Yeah, Cam is still better than Jimmy G. I'm not gonna not say that, but that's about the only team I could probably see where Cam still hasn't fit.
I think, shoot me if I'm biased, but I think send him out there to San Francisco with the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? They got receivers, running backs, defense. I mean, come on, just say it. We got the entire team. The only thing we need now is, you know what? A quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
You got
Big
you got
man
Brock.
who can get out there, toss the rock. Who?
You got Brock
You said
Purdy,
who?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
the future
Who's that?
the future greatest player of all time, Brock Purdy. Until General Booty gets the lead.
I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? We talk about Superman Cam. You know what I'm saying? He come to the 49 locker room. Morale go up. You know what I'm saying? Debo out there going crazy. He got some speedsters out there already. That's speedster to the kit. You know what I'm saying? He still got the legs. And then he got the arm too. I mean, it's a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying? The pieces are all there. Watch him go to the 49ers and win a ring. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. He don't even got to stay with the 49ers after that. He come up, you know what I'm saying? He might want to, because, of course, why wouldn't you want to stay in San Francisco, the city of dreams, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. But, send him to the 49ers. They going to win a ring, and he going to go crazy. Throw for 5,000 yards, maybe. Who knows?
Ellie, you have an answer to that question you posed to us?
No, I was just curious what y'all were thinking, because I know that there's been some statements, like Cam himself had said, there were a couple of teams he had been talking to but was waiting for the right fit. I think even like the Panthers general manager said that like they were talking to him like he could always come back to them. I don't know if that would necessarily be the best move, but some sentimental people would be like, oh yeah, go back to where you started.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious to see how it all plays out. Just wanted to hear y'all's thoughts. So thanks for sharing. You want to talk more free agency? Is that a good segue?
Well, I do want to say one more thing on this Cam Newton situation, just to give a non-biased opinion. I think the Falcons might also be a good fit for him. I think they got a lot of young players that need just somebody that's been through it on that team. I don't know who their quarterback is right now.
It's Desmond Ritter. He's a second-year player.
Give him a mentor. Don't get him out of there, but give him a mentor. Boom. Right there. I was about to see, I almost said Teddy Bridgewater, but I was like, no, that's not it.
But no, see, Cam should retire a Panther. I do agree with that. But no, just let that be play, man. Your turn is up. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, Ethan and Deli, Josiah, if y'all want to take the free agency conversation away.
Okay, well, the only team that I've really been seeing anything from is at the moment has been the New York Jets. I know, George, you're not going to like that because that's the other New York team. But they're making moves for potentially landing Aaron Rodgers. And they're doing a great job at it so far. Mecole Hardman. They traded Elijah Moore to the Browns for some picks, and I think a tight end, I believe. But anyway, yeah, I just like the Jets so far. What y'all think?
I like what the Dolphins have done in picking up Jalen Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? He's in a nice place over there. I think they did good by getting some defense. If Jalen Ramsey is still good at defense, he was kind of getting cooked last year, but we don't talk about it because it's Jalen Ramsey. But I like the Dolphins.
Pretty much the last thing I kept up with the Jets was all the talk with Ezekiel Elliott. Kind of sounded like he was down to Jets, Bengals, and Eagles.
Yeah, send him away, man. Just let him retire. That man trash.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to
But
have all those.
if he got somewhere, man, I'd probably send him to the Bengals. Probably send him to the Bengals. Give him a good run at the chip, but he ain't gonna get there, kind of thing,
I agree.
I think it is unfortunate that the Cowboys wasted a lot of his good years by, being the Cowboys. And you wish you could see better. It's kind of like Derrick Henry with the Titans. Like, what did they do to have such a skillful player? They wasted his good years.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate.
All the good ones is crazy, man. He's still playing.
I was about to say,
he just came off like a 1,400-yard season. He's gonna go to Buffalo, though. I will say that, or Chicago.
Please no, please not Buffalo.
He's on Chicago. I like the Chicago.
I'm saying I like Chicago better because imagine you're playing the Bills and you stop all their passing options just for them to hand the ball to either Derrick Henry or for Josh Allen to just take it his damn self. Now you got two. You got to stop one of these two big ass bodies. Come on now.
I've seen like 4 teams in that. And it was like the Bills, the Bears, the Dolphins. There was another team, but I'm pretty sure they were irrelevant, so I just quit looking at them. But yeah, Derrick, he'll probably get shopped during the draft here in a month.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to ask if you think the draft will be the day that they trade him.
Oh yeah, it'll kind of be like AJ Brown last year, where they traded him during like the first round. Now I don't know if that'll be the case here because he's a running back and their value's gone down a little bit. So yeah, I think he'll get traded in the draft.
Interesting. And then as far as this Aaron Rodgers Jet situation, you mentioned someone's turn being over. Hot damn! Don't get me wrong, I love Aaron Rodgers. He's always been one of my favorite quarterbacks, but it might be time to say goodbye. Goodness, I've spent the last 2 or 3 years defending his legacy, and he just won't go while it still stands. And now people talk about him doing ayahuasca and shit off field. asking people what they believe about certain conspiracies as a litmus test to their personality. Come on. I think he's become senile.
What would I want to ask? What would like a fair trade look like with Packers and Jets with the whole Aaron Rodgers situation? If that's gonna go through, what do you think would have to happen?
Probably the Jets would have to give the Packers like a first, at least one first, and then like third, fourth, and a bag of chips. I don't know. Probably some like trash receiver running back. I don't know. At least a first and a third, at least for me. I don't think they'll get 2 first-round picks from them.
I think the Packers send Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets send over some Tide Pods to make laundry easier. 'Cause he's messed up his worth with like staying so long, and I don't know, because with Aaron Rodgers like being the legend he is, like you wish he'd have, at least done more with what he had. But at the same time, it was the Packers. They were always been terrible at giving him a line to protect him. He's made magic out of nothing. It didn't go as far as someone would want it to. So I think he just does the Charles Barkley, retire without it.
Uncle Jemima, what you guys say, man? What you got something to say?
Me?
Yeah.
What's it called? I love Aaron Rodgers. He's always been a favorite, you know what I'm saying? He's cool or whatever. He at this point he has to stay in Green Bay because send him to the Jets. That's cool. It's a great spot for him. But stayed so long in Green Bay, ain't no point in leaving now. Might as well just finish it there. You know what I'm saying? If he leaves, then he has to leave and win a Super Bowl, like immediately. And if not immediately, it has to be like this year or next year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a risky situation to pick up Aaron Rodgers now because he on the back end. What's it called? He's still throwing for 100+ yards in one toss. So like still tossing that rock. He can still do it. It's just it's looking like, hey yo, we looking at you like we looked at Tom Brady last season. What, you still here? You know what I'm saying? Okay.
It's like when you're talking about a situation in a room, and then you walk out the room and you see that person you was talking about in the hallway just standing by the door. Like, hey, I thought you was gone. Damn.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, oh, you still here? I thought you left. You know what I'm saying? It's the time for him, to be the best and to be like a dominant quarterback to where like, when you play Aaron Rodgers prepare for Aaron Rodgers. I'm doing this because he's played for so long. I'm not doing this because he's just that dominant of a quarterback that I'm like, all right, bro, whatever you do, just make sure Aaron Rodgers is covered and make sure we can force him into tough situations. It's not the same thing. That time has passed.
My point in like him just like going ahead and retired is that younger Aaron Rodgers could like scramble out of certain situations, but he's not as mobile as he used to be. So, when you're losing that step, like people will make the Chris Paul argument. Say what you want about the NBA's greatest stitch, but he can still distribute at a very high level. He can still lead an offense at a very high level, and that's why he's still there. You can make the LeBron argument, but we've seen what LeBron was doing before he somehow hurt his hand at an All-Star game, and it's like you can compare Aaron Rodgers to all these other like players who played their sports for a while. Messi's and I I heard somebody compare him to a golfer. You can't compare him to a golfer. They play golf till they're 96 years old. But,
Yeah.
but no disrespect to golf. I wish I'd have got good at it. They get a bag. But my whole point in that is that those people that I mentioned, like they still play their sport at the level they played when they were the best. Like as sometimes you can't blame the sport itself for evolving, but that player
Mhm.
still plays at a very high level. But at the same time, it's like for not only is the NFL, especially the quarterback's position, evolving, but Aaron Rodgers is slowly like devolving as you do with time, as you do with taking all those hits behind an O line that failed to protect you. And
Mhm.
so I think it's time for him to hang it up. Put the pads down, man.
Yep.
So apparently, sticking to old quarterbacks in football, recent retiree Tom Brady looks like he's interested in ownership in the reigning WNBA champion team, the Las Vegas Aces. Tom Brady went from dominating the football field. Now he's going to a front runner, the best team in the WNBA right now. I mean, until New York starts to play their first game, but still, what do
Maybe
we
he's
think?
for a
Yeah,
new wife.
maybe he'll find a new wife there. I mean, it's very unlikely that he'll find a new wife there. But I
I
mean,
was
hey,
trying not to laugh at that.
anything,
That's actually funny.
anything's possible, man. What do
I
we
just
think about that?
I think that's just Tom Brady doing what Tom Brady does, going to an already good situation and pretending to be the goat. So,
Facts.
yeah, that would have been funnier with Nolan here to debate it. But
I think it's an interesting move for him. Like, what necessarily does he have to offer besides like money and his name and influence? Like, it's an interesting move for him to jump sports, I guess, with his influence. Like, I understand the business side of it, but yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if that plays out.
I mean, he just agreed to a contract with Fox to do Fox Sports. So he got some 10-year, 375 mil a year, or 375 mil total, not 375 mil a year. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, but
my eyes actually started to water at the fact that somebody was about to make 375 mil a year to be like,
no,
that's
no,
good press right
that's
there.
on, yeah, that's on me. It's 10 years, 375 mil total. But so like, I think him expanding into the other areas of the sports world is kind of good for him, I guess, to kind of keep his mind off football.
It's not unreasonable. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he'll be relevant for a long time. I'm sure he'll be all over all sorts of sports. Just his commentary nowadays, because he's such a big public figure and personality now that he has officially retired.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that's the first move of many. I wouldn't be surprised to see him by other teams and other aspects. So, I mean, I guess shout out to him. You know what I mean? He sees like a budding, because that's the other thing about it to me is that the NBA is a budding business. It's only getting better because people are starting to grow to it. I can see them possibly expanding in the near future. So I mean, it's a smart move. But while we're back on basketball, everyone knows what time of the year it is. It's that March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, how's everybody's? If y'all made brackets, how's everyone's doing? Mine's at like -6%. So hopefully y'all are better off than me.
I'm currently number 4 in my family's bracket competition. I'm 4 out of 18. That ain't bad.
We did this one for class, my sports writing class. I just went in there blind, just straight picked. I didn't really look too much into it, and I'm currently 2nd out of 13.
Damn.
I'm doing pretty good. I'll see if I can show you my bracket.
My favorite thing about my family one is I have cousins, and my cousin Will, big sports guy. Like every single sport, every single season, he is on top of it. His wife, however, could not care less. So whenever she makes a bracket, she picks her teams not based off any statistics or any knowledge of anybody on the teams. She does it based off of their team colors, so like how cute their uniforms are, and their mascot, how cute the mascot is. And she always does better than him anytime we do a family bracket competition.
This is next year. I'm about to do it straight off which mascot I think would win in a fight. See how that does. Because I've been doing like you said, your cousin Will does, but I study, like I look into it, I read the stats, I think about like history of the teams in certain positions. That's why I predicted Duke to lose in the first round. They managed to make it to Tennessee though, and then lose. So yeah, and other than that, I didn't like. Who thought Princeton was gonna win or Fairleigh Dickinson?
I did.
Like, come on. Like,
I picked both of them.
You didn't make a bracket.
I didn't either.
I did.
I lost like 4 games total on like the Midwest and West, but my whole other rest of the bracket's trash.
Let me find
that Purdue game like busted everyone's bracket. I don't think anyone saw a 16 seed making it that far, but
I say again.
They weren't even supposed to be there, man. I was telling George, I was like, the conference winner from that conference just joined D1, so like they couldn't join the tourney. So Fairleigh Dickinson was there. It was their replacement. Like they weren't even supposed to be there. They win. So the tallest team on average versus the shortest team, Fairleigh Dickinson on average, and then in the whole NCAA. And they go in there and they play like some dogs, and they get the dub.
Yeah. I watched their game against Florida Atlantic, and it made me sad because they don't even have their last names on the back of their jerseys. Like they're just a bunch of like no name, nobody cares about them, and people are only talking about them because they take down Purdue. So I thought it was cool. Like you love this, or I at least love a Cinderella story. I thought it was really awesome to have that. It was sad to see the Florida Atlantic loss. I don't know if y'all saw the end of that game. Did anybody catch the end of that one in the conference?
I was watching it, but I didn't finish watching it.
There was a guy on Florida Atlantic that, like the clock's running down, the other team or FDU stops trying to foul. They're just going to let it be the end of the game. And the sportsmanship thing to do is just dribble it out, like everybody walking to the sidelines, game over, right? No, am I allowed to cuss on this? This absolute head ass decided to try and throw down a dunk, and the entire crowd booed him. Like, and that's who Tennessee plays. So I'm kind of curious to see if he's gonna have to sit, like, not get to start or anything, because that's just such bad sportsmanship.
No, but
It's not
I
good
think
look.
the thing with Alabama and TCU where the dude ruined the spread for a lot of people. A lot of people bet on the spread, and he fucked it up because he went there, he shot the 3 at the end of the game to, I don't know, it was like, I don't even remember the over-under or whatever, plus minus, whatever you want to call it. But he ruined the spread for a lot of people, so a lot of people got mad at him for it. I found it funny, but
This is a spread. It was just like a low blow because the team's already losing, and then thankfully he missed the shot. It was like some ridiculous dunk, but I don't know. I thought it was classless, and I hope they tonight. Go Vols.
This is a live sports update. Kansas State is currently up 2 on Michigan State with 14 left in the half. And UConn is whooping Arkansas's ass by 17.
That's tough. I had UConn winning it. I ain't gonna lie.
Are they in the East though? Oh, what are they in though?
I couldn't tell you.
Damn. I had Arkansas going to the Final Four. Not the Final Four, the Elite Eight. Damn it.
See, I made one of them second chance Sweet 16 brackets, and so far they're perfect because none of the games are completed.
I got Alabama winning the whole thing, by the way.
I did too. It sucks because I don't like Alabama, but they've been good all damn season. They've been.
I'm pulling for Houston out of pure spite because I don't want to hear all the we're a basketball school. No, you're not. Sit down. Like
I wanted to pull for Houston.
I will never root for Alabama. I know they're SEC. I know it makes us look good. No, I'm pulling for Houston.
I wanted to pull for Houston, but I've also done that like 3 out of the last 4 years, and they disappointed the hell out of me. I'm a scoring lover at that point.
The scoring lover. Not the scoring lover. I don't know. We'll see.
Like, and then again, on the topic of basketball, Ethan, you sent me an interesting Patrick Beverly comment.
Hey man, man, don't get busy before the game, man. He gotta keep his legs fresh. What's wrong with that, man?
No, I think it's funny to say that.
JB coming with the tech, bro. What you gotta say, man?
Hey yo, I mean,
hey yo, nothing. He said it, not me.
What's going on with Pat Bev out there, bro?
You heard him, bro. He don't clap cheeks before the game.
See, which don't make sense to me. I mean, it's kind of like stretching, you know. I mean, I feel like that would help. No, am I wrong?
I guess it just depends. I guess it depends on the person, man.
He is old. He is old. I will say.
I think it's like a weird thing to let the world know.
I just think it's funny. It's just Pat Bev, man. He's a clown.
It is some Pat Bev shit to say though.
It's Mr. Nothing.
Like if we being real. This Mr. 94 feet and apparently Mr. 9 to 10 business days as well.
I just thought it was just some little funny article I read. That's all.
Well, it's time to do what we hope Pat Bev is doing and wrap it up. So we appreciate everyone. Just appreciate the fact that we can all come together and do this. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody in this call. We appreciate everybody for watching and leave any comments on any takes we've made. What you think about Aaron Rodgers? How correct am I on this Demetrius and Josh situation? Just weigh in, give us your thoughts on everything. And
who do you think still wins the fight?
Yeah, and your predictions for the Josiah Brown versus Nomad Sports #Isaiah Morris fight to go down. And the Ethan versus Isaiah. I want to see these predictions.
Whoa. I'm the undercard, dog. I'm the undercard. With my man Uncle Jemima up here.
That's true. The main event. We're trying to get Ed on the fight card as well. You know what I'm saying? He been producing some elite podcast content. Wonder if maybe he could produce a knockout. I believe in it.
Too pretty to fight, man. Too pretty to fight. It's messed up, man.
That's my excuse too.
You know the vibes. Oh yeah, by the way, Ethan, my hands are up. Just so you can.
Hey man.
Just so we're clear, my hands are where I can see it. You know what? Okay, before we end.
Hey man. Hold on.
Nope.
Hold on. Where's some chips at, bro? This is. Let me. I'm just sipping minding my business.
I posted some promo for the Crumble Guy podcast. By the way, the Crumble Guy podcast, I will leave the link in the description. It's a great podcast about cookies, so check it out.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So Ethan commented on the post I had made. All right, so my hands were like here. and I'm a very shy person, so I fidget sometimes when I'm a little uncomfortable. He said some pretty obscene things to me, and I felt harassed. So I reported him. The report didn't go through, so I just had to comment, "Nah, you wild" instead. But
All right, if we calling people out, all right. I know you saw my comment on the Cobra Guy podcast, bro.
yeah. When did
You know,
we
you
call
go,
you out? When did we call you out?
nah.
Because you said call me out
So
louder. I was like, wait, when?
it's the whole cussing thing. You were like, I've had guests on here before. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I,
Ah,
but,
you know what's funny? I wasn't even talking about you.
yeah, I know. I was just being a dickhead.
Not, but you know what's the hit dog will holler though.
Well, I didn't hear that.
I ain't gonna lie.
So the hit dog would holler though, for sure.
Yeah, I was just being a dickhead.
No,
It
it's
was
hilarious.
funny.
Give me more send more comments. We need more
I,
comments.
I, I was gonna comment it letter by letter just to make sure your phone blew up, but I was like, nah. Mainly because I was at work and I didn't want somebody to walk around like, what the hell are you doing? I'm being myself, a professional hater / dickhead. My fault.
Oh Lord.
This is only a part-time job.
Yeah. So we got some fun things coming up on the podcast. If you guys haven't been keeping up with us on Instagram, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Bro Sports Talk. We have a lovely social media team that takes care of all of our content. I edit our content, produce the content. These guys give the content that you are looking forward to seeing. We have a lot of things coming up, so just be prepared. We have a full team here. Ellie, Josiah, Ethan, George, thank you all for doing you guys' best to make sure everything is going smooth on the pod, bringing your energy, bringing your conversation pieces, and making my job very easy. So thank these guys here. Give these guys a quick little round of applause. We had a really good episode today.
And stay tuned, all right? Because I'm really trying to make this press conference go down.
Stay tuned
Yeah,
for
we
that.
we need some mediators. And we need, man, if y'all follow us and follow Nomad Sports, blow up his comments. Comment,
Shout out Nomad Sports.
you gonna take an L letter by letter. And just
Shout out-
blow his phone up.
Shout out Nomad Sports. We gotta have him on the pod. He's a fun guy. Not you, Ethan. You're the fun guy, but he's a fun guy. You see the difference? It's like
A replica, a copy. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'll forgive it, man. I'll forgive it. It's all good.
Boruto got murked by Kawaki. And this has been Bro Sports Talk. Y'all take it easy.